Hey everybody, Dr. Rob Marsh here, Red Mill Chiropractic. Today I wanted to talk to you about gluten. Now if you don't know, gluten is actually a mixture of proteins that you're going to find in a lot of the wheat-based products that are on the market. In particular, you're going to see a lot of gluten concentration in things like breads and cereals. And if you're at the store and have noticed that there are a lot of gluten-free products being advertised now, that's because gluten has been found to create a lot of inflammation in our gut. What most people don't realize is that 70% of our society actually has some type of gluten insensitivity or an allergy to that. And what that's going to present in most people is some type of digestive issue, and that can range from bloating, irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, but it doesn't just have to be digestive issues. There are other symptoms that occur because of gluten insensitivity. That could be skin rashes, things like eczema, irritability, brain fog, fatigue. So it doesn't just have to be a digestive issue that you're experiencing that will let you know that you have some type of insensitivity to gluten. So kind of go through those lists of symptoms and see if it's something that you have been dealing with, or a friend or family that you've noticed has been dealing with some of those issues, and talk to them about looking into more of a gluten-free diet that's going to benefit you in the long run, help with a lot of your digestive health. So I definitely challenge you to try to go gluten-free for a week or two just to see how your body feels. Without a doubt, you're going to decrease a lot of the inflammation that might be lying dormant in your gut. You're going to notice increased energy, feeling a lot better, less inflammation in your joints, those types of things. So that's my recommendation for today. Try to go gluten-free, see how you feel, and I hope that helps. Take care.
Hey, I'm Dr. Arch with Kimsville Chiropractic. Today we're going to talk about trans fatty acids and hydrogenated oils, which are pretty much the same thing. So both of those products, when we talk about saturated fat in our diet, there are certain kinds of saturated fat that are good and helpful and certain kinds that are not good and harmful. So trans fats would be one of those. Anytime you get a blood test that shows your lab reports of all your fats and your cholesterols and things like that, trans fats is one to look for, because if it's high, we know that having a large number of trans fats in your system, they don't generally leave unless you're doing something to get them out of the system, but they kind of hang around, and those are the ones that will clog up your joints and cause problems later on. Now with saturated fat, there is some good saturated fat, so things like olive oil, avocados, coconut oil, those are some of the good saturated fats. Even butter is a better saturated fat than, say, vegetable oil, which is all trans fats. You don't want to include trans fats in your diet as much as possible. The things that have trans fats in them, like I said, vegetable oil, margarine, all those kinds of things, and then also a lot of processed foods. Even some cereals have hydrogenated oils or trans fats in them. And so a lot of times people will eat these kinds of products thinking that they don't have any fat in them, and then start having some digestive issues or other problems going on. So be aware, look at the labels, see what kind of fats are in your foods, and make sure that you stick towards the things that are less processed and more healthy for you. Your body's going to thank you for it. So I hope you have a great day.
Hey guys, Dr. McAuliffe here. Today we wanted to talk, in terms of health tips about refined sugar and some different hidden places that we see it. The big thing I want to talk about today is, number one, how bad it is. Refined sugar is quite simply, according to almost any nutritionist you would ever talk to, are completely agreed upon the worst thing to be putting in the body. It's also one of the toughest to eliminate. It has very addictive properties. Some studies have found that table sugar is equally addictive to cocaine. So if somebody has soda and different snacks and sweets that have tons of sugar in it, it can be a very hard habit to break. But it's also extremely damaging to the body. It causes it causes plaquing of the arteries. It causes, of course, diabetes. It causes fat gain, a weight gain. So the biggest thing, that's the number one thing to take out of someone's diet. It's always in sugar. It's always in soda. The easiest place to start reducing your intake is to just completely eliminate soda out of your diet. And when I say soda, I mean soda, and I also mean diet. That doesn't make it any better, even though there's no sugar in there. There's other reasons to get rid of that. Also, we don't want to have juices. Juices are no different than soda, really. You want to get rid of, pretty much anything liquid. It should be water. That's the main liquid that belongs in the body. So those are some easy places to get rid of it. Everything else can take your time as you reduce out of it. But have a good day.